My mission to Italy has given me new insight into the rise of the fascist alliance between Mussolini and Hitler. It's also revealed how Mussolini enthusiastically joined Hitler in war and unleashed massive destruction across Europe. Now, using our unique system of playing cards, I want to know where Benito Mussolini ranks in Hitler's Most Wanted. The place that I went to that had the biggest impact on me was Predappio, which is Mussolini's hometown. There is what I can only describe as a fascist tourism trade going on there. Anthony, why is Mussolini revered by many Italians today?
Partly has to do with the persistent myth of the good Italian fascist and the bad Nazi, the myth that Mussolini did some good things and that the bad things he did, he was forced to do by Hitler. There are people in Italy who will still point to things like Mussolini supposedly breaking the hold of mafia in certain territories, or the famous line of making the trains run on time. And in this fog of nostalgia, that tends to override the actual realities of brutal fascist dictatorship.
I agree with you, Anthony. Frankly, I find it highly disturbing that Mussolini is still venerated in Italy today. I think it also tells us a lot about the fragmentary nature of Italian politics and indeed Italian society. You may think of Italy being this sort of, solid boot-shaped country, but in fact, the North and the South are almost completely separate countries. And I think what Mussolini represents to a lot of Italians is kind of coming together of this very troubling nation. He did seize it by the scruff of the neck, held it together for quite a long time.
To add to that, it's interesting that Mussolini's remains are in a tomb in an elaborate family crypt, yet Hitler's remains have been unceremoniously disposed of.
Mussolini might have actually benefited from being in Hitler's shadow to some extent. The shadow of Hitler's atrocities compared to the terrible things that Hitler did, Mussolini might appear to be the lesser evil. And I wonder if Hitler didn't exist, if Mussolini would not be quite as revered as he is today.
I think you're exactly right. Adherents of the cult of Mussolini can hide behind Hitler's atrocities.
He elevated fascism to great heights in Europe through a brutal and murderous regime. All that, combined with his alliance with Hitler, places Mussolini well inside Hitler's circle of evil. What I'd like to do now is come to a conclusion as to where we think Mussolini ranks in the Nazi hierarchy of evil, and the fact that he wasn't a Nazi, whether he deserves to be in here at all.